It kind of brings up another item that I think is really important to touch on with regards to this property and even some of the other ones that we've helped you and Panattoni with over the years, and that is the due diligence that needs to happen before you buy or apply for a permit, right? Because, if we had caught some of these things back when Slakey was originally trying to acquire the, multiple parcels and put the whole thing together, and you had known that there was 2 acres of wetlands on the property, you may not have done it, right?
Exactly.
Can you talk about it all, your other projects and how you guys go through due diligence and how your experience here might affect what you would do next on a new project?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. On this particular project for Slakey Brothers in Elk Grove, unfortunately, we are not, no company associated with either Alston or our partner company, Panattoni, is associated in any way as far as the development end goes. And we do get quite a number of those kind of jobs where really the construction aspect is really almost treated like a third party, where we would do the work, everything that a standard general contractor would do, but essentially us being really more of an assisting role on the development end. And, depending on how versed, some owners will have their own developer, or some owners are a developer and they'll take care of all that stuff. It really just is on a client-by-client basis as on our involvement on the development end. Slakey, in particular, is not super well-versed on the development end. Like I said, they build buildings all the time, but they're not really experts on what's needed. Obviously, like you said before, you buy the land even. I know that working with other developers, even the company we typically partner with, Panattoni, they are a lot more hands-on in that process and a lot more experience as far as what kind of things you need to do before working through that entitlement process. And so I couldn't speak necessarily to the development managers over there as far as what they would do or what they've learned on some past projects. I know that jobs, when they in the construction industry, you try and be as proactive as possible, and there are certain things that it's really hard to be proactive about because you don't even really know that they exist as issues until you run into one. So it's on certain aspects like that, you do unfortunately kind of have to be a little bit more reactive than proactive, which is kind of the opposite of what they teach you, growing up, that you should always try and be proactive. But, running into stuff like we are here at Slakey, even especially on a personal level, definitely has me looking more into every single piece of dirt that we are looking at possibly building on. And, we internally have meetings constantly talking about lessons learned and things that we can kind of share with our group that we can all learn from and keep in mind. And especially if we, even on this project, if we do any more work in Elk Grove, I'm sure that the Slakey Brothers project is going to set precedent as far as what we would typically do as first steps. So that's kind of on our end, on the general contractor end. Unfortunately, sometimes you do have to be reactive, but we do learn when things happen. And so I believe that if we were working anywhere near Elk Grove or really anywhere going forward, we would definitely be reaching out to a biological consultant such as yourself, Chris, to kind of get that first pass to see if there's really, 50 more things that we should add to our to-do list or really just a couple. So